Hi friends, happy Wednesday. My name is Michelle and I'm the Director of Children's Ministries at Los Altos United Methodist Church. Today I've got a Bible story for you. This one is about David being called. Now, David was called to be the king, but we all have our own calling. A calling is something that God shows us is what we're supposed to be doing with our lives. Now, some people will hear that calling very early. Maybe you have a passion that you know that is your life's work. It might be art, it could be a sport. You could have a real interest in saving the planet, that could be your calling, or caring for animals. Every single person's calling is different, but it comes from God. God gives us these amazing gifts and shows us how we can use our gifts to help others. So it's not just about like, oh, my calling is looking gorgeous all the time. Now, if you can use your beauty to help others, awesome. But if not, that's not your calling, because callings always help other people and they always serve God. So, God called David to be a great ruler. Let's hear what happens in this story. It's a little bit surprising. What do you think of when you think of a ruler? Do you think of a big, strong adult? Well, David is not a big, strong adult yet. So, we're going to start with somebody named Samuel. You'll learn about him. Samuel, the kingmaker. With God's help, Samuel led God's people. But when Samuel grew old, the people asked him for something that made him sad. Everyone else has a king, they said, so why can't we have a king too? Samuel told God about this, and God helped him feel better. It's not you they don't want, God said. It's me. I'm their true king, but sometimes they just can't see it. So tell the people they can have a king if they want, but tell them the truth. Tell them that it won't make their lives any easier. So that's what Samuel did. God says you can have a king, he told the people, but he wants you to know that will mean. He wants you to know what that will mean. A king will turn your sons into soldiers, your daughters into housemaids, and your grain and your gold into gifts for his special friends. In other words, he will make you his slaves. Ooh. Didn't sound very nice, but the people still wanted a king. So Samuel found them one, a tall and handsome man named Saul. Saul did well for a while, but then he stopped listening to Samuel and stopped obeying God. So God told Samuel to find another king. Go to Bethlehem, God said, find a man named Jesse. If the people must have a king, then it should be someone who loves me and trusts me and will follow me. That someone is one of Jesse's sons. So Samuel went to Bethlehem, and when he laid his eyes on Jesse's oldest son, Eliab, Samuel was sure that Eliab was the one. God was sure too. Sure that Samuel was wrong. He may be tall, God said, but so was Saul. And remember how he turned out. Ooh. And then God said something very important. You can only see what people look like on the outside, Samuel, but I can look inside them, deep down into their hearts. And it's what's on the inside of a person that matters most to me. So Samuel moved on to Jesse's other sons, while God looked into their hearts. How about the second son? Said Samuel. No, said God. Try again. The third son? Afraid not. The fourth son? No way. The fifth son? You must be joking. The sixth son? Not a chance. The seventh son? Asked Samuel. He's the only one left. Well, I don't suppose you have any more sons, Samuel asked. Well, there's the youngest, Jesse answered, but he's out in the field looking after the sheep. Fetch him, said Samuel, quick as you can. And when the boy appeared, God whispered to Samuel, That's the one. His heart is pure and true, and he longs to follow me." So Samuel poured oil on the head of Jesse's youngest son as a sign that God wanted him to do something special and that one day he would be king. And the youngest son was named David. That's the end. We'll talk more about our callings and about David on Sunday during Sunday school. I hope you can join us at 9:30. Bye.